Hello everyone and welcome back to UK National Championship 2017. I'm here with last round winners Jawed. Congratulations on that. You absolutely steamrolled the guy there. There's just nothing left to be said there. So let me ask you a little bit about your deck choice for the weekend before we go into the match. You decided to go with a hybrid with the True Kings and Zodiac.
Yeah. I went for like a high risk, high reward thing. Like, as you can see, 50 card deck, a lot of people would say consistency and stuff like that. But I thought that going first, if I can get like, I loved VFD, like the effect is insane.
It is. The opponents don't love it so much, but
yeah, exactly. So they can't literally play, and then I don't have to worry about Dryden as well because they can't attack. So even if Dryden has no defense, like unless they play a card that I really need to worry about, because I don't need to Dryden until like the end phase basically. And with Mariamne, if I just resolve a diagram Mariamne, that's already 2 Lithos in hand and a VFD play. So it gave me so many options, and then going into the weekend as well. A lot of people are starting to play Flying Sea in the main, so if they Flying Sea me, I just use that as one of the materials for Litho, so I get to hit the extra deck for giving me a Flying Sea. So many times I've done that this weekend, and it just I felt I didn't like the pure Zoo matchup because it's so like quite linear, but this gave me like an extra edge. Like as you saw in like the last game, I just could do like 100 different things. And
yeah, we got to the point there where you seem to hit like a critical mass and you can literally build whatever field you want. Yeah. It's just entirely based on knowing how to get there. You just think of what you want because you know you've got access to
exactly,
it.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the other True Draco decks? People that have just gone True Draco pure? Or
I think it's quite good because it's a quite consistent deck, and then you get rewarded for the standard stuff. But for me, it was too much like a Zoo deck. So it was like a Zoo deck which had a couple of True Dracos thrown in because I tested that deck and I just drew the True Draco traps and spells and they don't do anything. And I'd much rather have the True Kings there. And also, if I have the options, if I diagram the Mariamne, I could search a trap and the Masterpiece, so I already have...
Oh, you can summon it in your opponent's turn and
exactly.
strip them with 2 cards.
Yeah, so I could... There's boards I could end with Masterpiece, or I could end with BFD. I have the option to do either.
Well, this seems super, super strong. I mean, actually, interestingly, from tomorrow, when the format changes and Norden finally leaves the game, do you think you'd be considering something like this for the European Championships, or are you going to completely go back to the drawing board?
I'll have a test of how it goes because I think the issue with the deck is it can break because of the different options. A lot of the times I was so happy I went second because I had 5 cards which I was like, oh, I can't do anything. Then I draw the rat. I'm like, oh, I can do everything now. I think with Fusion Sub it gives this deck a lot more options because you draw so many cards and you can continue your combos. But I'll probably go back to drawing board, see how it goes and make a better options.
Sure. Okay. Do you want to give any shout outs to any of the people back home or any friends?
Just shout out to like people I came with, like Luke Parks, Omar Mahmood, Bradley Haywood. All these people travel with me and they support me for everything. And also Ahmed Mustafa and Michael Cleaver.
Yeah. Are any of them still in the running, do you know? Or
I think a few of them were X2-1, so I think because of the extra round they may have a chance. But a lot of them just like a lot of us were on the bubble. I lost round 1 yesterday.
Oh, that's always the most morale hitting one.
Yeah,
isn't
exactly.
it?
I lost that round 1 and the last round yesterday, so I was like, I have to win 3 in a row, and gladly my deck didn't let me down today.
And well, it clearly didn't. I mean, that was absolutely superb finish. Memorizing all these combos. In fact, how do you train to play a deck like this? Because there's a lot of players back home that will see this and keep getting like frustrated because they keep forgetting parts while they're solitairing the deck. Like, how would you tell someone to learn how to play something like this?
Like first I do, because it's like the format's a lot of combo based, so I'll basically shuffle the deck and draw hands and then see where this hand can take me, including the draws and stuff. So I can be like, first I'll see, alright, what do these 5 cards get me, ignoring the extra stuff. So like, and then blah blah, okay, so I can do this, this and this and this and this. And then when you start playing with your full deck, you're like, oh, if I drew a diagram, then I can do this. And then, so you're just basically by yourself, you're testing these hands, and then you can start doing combos. And then, discussing with your friends as well. Like, one of my friends did a lot of testing, so he was like, oh, if you do this play, then, you can add this extra step and stuff like that. So a lot of just testing with yourself, and then obviously go into tournaments and play with the deck, and then work out the kinks before you come to like a tournament like this.
That's really cool. And also, because this is a very hand trap heavy format, do you practice your combo and see where the hard breaks are if your opponent shuts you down, and figure out how you recover and change your combo? How do you practice for something?
It's just like knowing what the hand traps are. So like, let's say going first, in my head I was like, okay, I was working out in the first and I opened like 2 terraforming and diagram and something else, and I was like, okay, I could normal summon the Babu and draw a card, but if I draw a card, it could give me a rat or something, but I would use my normal summon, etc. If I diagram the Boboon and it resolves, I can do this. If it doesn't resolve, I can do Mariamne to do this. So I'm like, all right, if they go so good this, I still have the terraforming. So I'll try to work around which hand trap would hit which card and what would the result be. And hopefully if it does, and then if it doesn't happen, then I could just infinitely go off.
Oh, so yeah, if you end up in the golden situation where your opponent puts their cards down and says, "Go ahead," you know you're free to go.
Yeah, exactly. But like, let's say if I summon, like a common one is when you summon Rapier, and then they use the effect to send the Ram.
Yeah.
So you have to see your hand, like if you have My Body as a shield, because the only card that they'll hit is Ghost Ogre will destroy that. So you can work out like, can I recover from Ghost Ogre? Yes, no. So when I summon it, should I use the effect? Yes, no. Because if you don't use the effect, then you can detach, summon the rat, and then if they Ghost Ogre, then you still have the other rat. So stuff like that.
Well, that's a lot of insight in there. I can definitely see why you've done so well in the tournament with a deck this complicated. Well, thank you for that, man, and best of luck in the top cut. I'm sure you're in there.
Hopefully.
And for you guys back home, we're going to be setting up the tables and sorting out the standings for the players to check out. Stay with us. We'll be back very soon with the top 32 of the UK National Championship 2017.